This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Jessica Luther from Alpena County Library. Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Nancy.
When we were talking as we got started about all the things going on in September and October, absolutely crazy. If someone in this town, and I know I say this all the time, said there's never anything to do, man, they're just not paying attention or getting out there. You folks are just geared up for so many things and you're going crazy.
We are indeed.
And we're blessed to have a library like you in our community. You kind of go outside of the library parameters. I mean, you do so many collaborative events with, you know, different art groups and the museum and the downtown groups and everything. And, you know, what a blessing to have you realize that there's so many needs in our community and you're reaching out to try to fill all those needs.
Well, thank you, Nancy. Yeah, we try to be a community connector. I think that's really important for a library. I mean, you have to serve every level of the community, be it individuals, organizations, whatever you can do. If you identify a need, then we work our hardest to make sure we address it.
Well, you're very good at it.
Thank you.
So start us out.
So we're really excited, you know, speaking of community connecting. We have received a grant from the Community Foundation for Northeast Michigan, the Women's Giving Circle, and then also some support from our friends at the library to start a 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten initiative. And that one we're super excited about because, you know, early literacy is really important for children, especially when they get to school. There's just so much more in terms of expectations when they're entering kindergarten. And so it's designed for parents, and it's super easy to, you know, you start reading to your child from day one, or even if it's, you know, day 365. And it helps get parents and children, or parents or caregivers and children into the habit of reading every night, and just having, not only is it's good for in their mind, but it's also a good connection, a point of connection for parents and bonding. And it's, you know, research has shown that reading to babies and toddlers actually builds critical language and social emotional skills. So it's a really easy program, and, you know, it sounds a little daunting at first, you know, 1,000 books before kindergarten, are you kidding me? But really, I mean, if you read one book a day to your child, I mean, in year one, that's 365 books. And then by year 3, you will have read over 1,000 books by then. So I think it's really easy to surpass the 1,000 mark goal. And so when parents come in or caregivers come in, they will get a folder like this. And it's really simple. The folder, you have some bookmarks. There's a really easy reading log in there, and they just write down the name of the book. Every time they read a book, you can read the same book 50 times. I know my kids, it was the same book. It was Goodnight Moon for at least 3 months straight.
And I remember reading to my daughters, or my husband reading to my daughters, and they would have their eyes closed listening to us read, and she'd say, "It's A, Dad, not Ann." You know, she knew the book by heart, but
yes.
Yeah, we had to keep reading it.
Yep. So in here there's instructions on how to do the program. There's also a list of suggested books that have been suggested by libraries and educational associations. So you can just pop by the library, pick up one of these folders, and when you reach, I believe, 100 books, you can come in and show it, and the kids get a little prize.
Yay.
Every benchmark, they get a special. It's something small, but still, it's just so exciting to reach that special mark. So yeah, during library hours, anybody can come in, go to the children's department, and they're available for pickup. But we're really grateful for the Community Foundation to support that, and our friends at the library. We were able to buy the supplies, we were able to buy new books and stickers and all sorts of fun stuff.
Next,
so September 18th, the Special Collections Department will be having historian Dale Price at 6:30 p.m. and he's going to be doing a presentation on Leon Czolgosz. And for those who don't know, Leon Czolgosz was an Alpena native and also lived in Posen and Detroit, and he assassinated President McKinley in September of 1901. And so Mr. Price is going to be going through Czolgosz's early life and childhood, his adult life, his life here in Alpena, and then also kind of explore, you know, he discovered the politics of anarchy, and he was a follower of Emma Goldman when he was in New York City, and then assassinated the president. So we've gotten a lot of interest in that so far, so I have a feeling we'll be pulling extra chairs out for that particular program, and it will be recorded for those who cannot make it to the program. So we will end up getting that uploaded on our YouTube channel for people to enjoy.
Perfect.
And then one of our bigger events is happening September 23rd is the third annual Alpena Book Festival. And we have partnered with Blue Phoenix Books again, and Olivet Book and Gift, and Bob's Bullpen. And we are promoting adult literacy and the contribution of Michigan authors to Michigan's literary heritage.
I can't believe the lineup of authors you got. That's unbelievable.
Yes, we have about 26 plus authors coming,
Yes.
and we've got about 30 to 40% of them are new and have never been to Alpena before, so we're excited about that. But even more exciting, we have a Michigan Notable Book author and two-time NEA Creative Fellowship recipient Jack Driscoll is going to be appearing and giving a special talk on his new short story collection, The Goatfish and the Lover's Knot. So that's, stay tuned for details. You can check out our Facebook page for the book festival, and all the info will be there.
And the date of the book festival is?
September 23rd.
Okay.
And we will have the tote bags. We have nicer tote bags this year with the advanced reader copies, and those are $15. We have t-shirts, sweatshirts, all sorts of stuff on sale on our website. And all of the proceeds do benefit the Read Adult Literacy program at the library.
Yes, a very important program.
It's an extremely important program, and it's every week we have people in the tutors in there, and Leslie and Pat do such a great job training the tutors, and just all the wonderful success stories of people getting their GEDs, taking ESL classes, citizenship classes. It's an extremely important program that we have at the library. And we've got, in October is going to be nuts, so we have a music series, and we've got a traveling exhibit coming, and a Star Wars Reads program, so everyone should be on the lookout for more programming coming in the future.
And okay, that's all the special programming, but we still have all the regular stuff at the library.
Yep, story hours are starting, preschool play dates are starting.
Okay.
All of our information is always on the website. We try to keep our Facebook page updated, and the ladies at our circulation desk always know what's going on.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
So they will answer any questions you might have.
It's painless and easy to get a library card too. Then you can download books for free on your e-reader or your Kindle, whatever device you happen to use.
Yep, and there's audiobooks. You can read magazines through the Zinio app. It's unbelievable how many different things there are. It's not just hard copy books, it's everything.
And your computer lab is always jam-packed and busy with people. Will there be classes starting again?
Yes, registration for computer classes will be starting this week, and Nancy has a lot of different classes, and she's also going to be doing a stop-motion animation class, so be sure to check out our website for that.
Thank you so much for being here, Jessica, and I'll look forward to talking to you next month when we hear about all those wonderful things coming up in October.
Thanks, Nancy.
Thank you. I'll be right back with Christine Wiltilsky from Besser Museum following these messages. Hi, welcome back. I'm with Chris Wiltilsky from Besser Museum. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Nancy.
As we talked with our last guest about all the things that the library has going on, I'm sure that you're not going to be a shrinking violet about things going on.
Always something at the museum. It's a lot of fun, and we've got some new programs that are coming up. I'd like to start with Full Steam Ahead. I'll just hold this up maybe.
Hold it up for a bit.
So Full Steam Ahead is a free family discovery days at the museum. It's sponsored by Alpena County Youth and Rec, and Kat Tomaszewski, our education person, and Tad LaCourciere, our new Digital Dome director, have teamed up together to come up with their first event, which is called Wild Weather.
Ooh.
And we'll even actually have Ulysses Garcia, the meteorologist on WBKB, coming and helping them at this event. It's this Saturday, September 9th. It's hard to say September. We're already in September.
Yes.
September 9th, and it's from 12 to 2.
Okay.
And it's all about weather. And so they're saying if you want to explore clouds, rain, lightning, weird weather activities in the dome, they'll talk about weird weather on Weird Worlds.
With all
so
the
wild weather on
weather going
world. Yeah, a little tongue
easy for you to
twister.
say, but the weather that we're all experiencing now with the hurricanes and the one
very
coming,
fitting.
that's very prevalent and things people want to know about.
Right, so there'll be scientific hands-on activities that they can do and different stations, and thanks to the Alpena County Youth Rec Grant, it's free. So from 12 to 2 this Saturday, and on our website are the other 5 dates that we'll be holding, and that's Full Steam Ahead. So it's open to the public, and it's geared for families to participate together. So it's not an activity where drop your kids off and leave them there for 2 hours unattended. It's for families. And so bring your kids in, and then the planetarium show is also free. So it's a great way to experience the museum if you've not been there for a long time, or if you do, we welcome everyone. So I'm excited about that program. And then our other program is our Best Foot Forward. And so let me open this up so that I can explain how this works. This is a little different, and it is a non-juried art show. So we always have traditionally for 30-some years had a juried art show at this time of the year. And somebody introduced me to this idea that was visiting from Minnesota, and they said the Minnesota Institute of Art every 7 years, I think it is, has a non-juried art show, but the catch is the entry has to be within a foot by foot. So it can be small, it can be a little bigger, but it cannot exceed this. And if it is a dimensional sculpture, then it can't be taller than this, okay? So the floor space and the height has to be within these measurements. So this was interesting when we first introduced this concept, because to go small, a lot of times artists are encouraged to go big. So to go small was a little bit of a mind bender for them. They had to get outside their box, I like to say, to think small. And then also doing a non-juried, because it's like, well, then how does that work? It's like, well, we have a few standards, there are some rules, but anyone can enter. And what's so encouraging, the entry is going on right now. It opened the 1st and it will go through September 15th.
Give me an idea of some things that you've had turned in.
So we have had some metal work. We've had some wood carving. We've had some photography. We've had some collage. We've had oil work done, watercolor, and so a variety. We even had a piece turned in that was some beading jewelry that was made, and there's also, it's open to all Michigan artists of all ages. So that's a new thing too this year, that usually it's 18 and older. This is all ages. I've seen some great work in the Alpena Public Schools Art Around Town by young students, so it has to be original though. And so that's the other twist, and so we're getting in some younger artists. We are getting in artists from different communities that have never entered Bessemer Museum's juried art. So we're really excited about this new twist. It was, like I said, came at a little knee-jerk reaction of like, you're doing what? But people are embracing it, and it's open to everybody. So
wonderful. I can't wait to see all the exhibits.
And then when the exhibit opens October 21st, it will be on exhibit through the end of December. And we are also having 5 People Choice Awards. So we are doing in our regular juried art, we give away first, second, third. But for our non-juried, we will have 5 People Choice Awards, $100 each.
Ooh, very
so
good.
Entries are $20 an entry, and you can enter up to 5 entries. So that would be $100, and all of it is for a fundraiser for the Bessemer Museum to hang more of its art. So we've done, we've hung Dali, Salvador Dali, and this past year we did American Printmakers, and then this year we have 2 different collections, 2 very colorful collections that will be chosen by our public of which one we will frame next. So all the entry fees go to supporting the arts.
Wonderful. Now, unfortunately, we've only got about 2 minutes left, but so Lake Huron Discovery Tour is coming up?
Yep, our Bessemer Museum still is very active in the Lake Huron Discovery Tour. We've been touring up and down US 23, visiting communities, having different institutions, galleries, libraries, whoever, create an event and promote it on the US 23 Heritage website, and then also just utilizing that US 23 Heritage website to promote your event all year long is such an asset to institutions like the Bessemer Museum. So we encourage people to do that. We will be having our Fall Harvest Fossil Fest. We're having Paleo Joe, that's October 7th, Saturday, and Lafarge Corporation and Specification Stone Products is our sponsors, and the entry or admission to that day is $1 for admission and $1 for planetarium shows. We will be having bus tours down into the quarries again, which are the free bus tours, and we are having the music theme for the Lake Huron Discovery Tour. So at the Fall Harvest Fossil Fest, we will have the Copycats, which is
Ooh,
Wayne
Wayne Kondorski
and his crew will be playing music. Paleo Joe is going to be out in the Fossil Park. Alpena Tractor Club is coming and doing some stuff, and then we'll have some other favorites and some new things. So this year we always try to keep it
And you do.
fresh. Yeah,
You do.
Yeah, a lot of work.
So if someone needs some information on any of the events, what's the best way to get that information?
BesserMuseum.org is our
Okay.
website. We try to keep our Facebook current, and they can call the Besser Museum at 356-2202. We welcome you to come in, ask questions, call. The other shout out that I want to put is we are already getting ready for Christmas. Wow. Yes, so we're decorating we're getting our ideas down. We're looking for Christmas trees. If you have a tree that you want to donate to the
Okay.
museum, we can always use trees. And we're also putting a shout out to our community partners for our gallery that we call the Community Tree Gallery. So we have a few that have already committed, but if you're a nonprofit and have not been in our community gallery and would like to have a tree to represent, there's no charge.
I know we're having our Christmas party there this year on a board that I'm at.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful because we're decorated beautifully, and we're a great place for private parties.
Okay, we're out of time.
Thanks, Nancy.
Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Good morning. I am Jay Walterreich, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is the ACC portion of Talk of the Town. With me this morning is Mark Jacobs, our cross-country coach and men's basketball coach, and Colin Godoni. Did I say that right?
That's correct.
All right, and Colin is on the cross-country team, and that's what we're here to talk about today. So welcome, both of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Colin, why don't you start by telling us a little bit about yourself and what your role is on the cross-country team?
So this is my second year running cross country. I ran 4 years of high school, 1 year of junior high. This is my second year at ACC as a student, and I am the captain of the team.
Great.
And yeah.
All right. And Mark, how long has the cross-country team been at ACC?
This is our sixth season.
Sixth season.
Yes.
And there have been a number of great things that have come out of that program, especially last year. Would you talk a little bit about that?
Well, actually, last 2 years.
Last 2 years,
We've been
okay.
the first two teams in Alpena Community College history to be Academic All-American. Last year was the highest ever. We had a 3.69 GPA cumulative.
Wow.
And this year we are going to beat that.
All right, that's on you,
and I
Colin.
we talked a lot about it, and I've got some very bright young men who are also very good athletes on the team this year.
Great. Well, let's talk about the team. How many?
We have 11 this year.
Wow. Great. All right. And that's a mix of first-year and second-year students?
Yes.
Yep.
No high schoolers?
No,
No
we
high
have,
schoolers.
yeah, we have 4 returners, and then we have 7 incoming freshmen.
Wonderful. Great. Are they from around the Alpena area, or where are they from?
I've got a gentleman from Hillman. Most are Alpena kids. I've got some Whitmore Prescott, Hale, Hart, but the majority are Alpena runners.
Well, great. Great. It's nice to have them from the area.
Yes.
So, Colin, what is your role as captain? What do you do?
Basically, I just take charge, be a role model. If for some reason Mr. Jacobs isn't at practice, I'd keep the show running, run practice, and just lead by example.
So you're out there in front and everybody's trying to follow you, catch up to you? Is that what happens?
Sometimes, yes.
All right.
So far, it's worked out perfect. He's actually running very well. He's one of the best he's ever run, and I couldn't name a better captain. And I take that role very serious, as he does too. He is a leader in the team, and very well respected by his teammates and myself.
Great. So why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about what cross country is? Because I'm sure not everybody knows.
So in collegiate cross country, we run 8 kilometers, which is just a tad under 5 miles.
Okay.
So basically, we just race those distances against other local colleges, community colleges. We even race against some universities, and basically we practice 5, 6, 7 times a week sometimes, and just try and get into great shape and compete well.
Oh, I'm sure you're in great shape. Now, this isn't running around a circle all the time, is it?
Oh no, we basically like in the woods, like as you might imagine, like cross country. We run through the woods, down trails, not quite just like on like a track, like you might imagine, but
You don't just go around and around.
no.
We run on 3 different golf courses also.
Okay.
And we run this weekend at Ferris, and then we go to Michigan State, we run on their golf course, and then we run in Muskegon on their golf course.
Great. Well, why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about what a meet is? Like, you're out on the course, that must be kind of nice, but so what do you do?
I guess if I start you from like the beginning, like
Sure.
we all line up into like individual boxes, each team, and then the gun sounds and you just kind of take off.
Everybody
and
runs.
Yeah, you kind of like have an idea like what the course is going to be like, and there's normally like spectators lining the course. If not, if it's in the woods, like there's normally a nice path for you, but you just follow the course, run your race, and 5 miles later you're done, I guess. There's a finish line.
Are there team strategies and stuff like that? It's not just all individuals.
Yeah, so the way the scoring works is, so if you were the first runner in the race, you get 1 point, and second place is 2, so on and so forth, and then the top 5 runners score. So then lowest score wins amongst teams.
All right. I never would have guessed that. Thank you for letting me know. So, okay, Mark, you've alluded to the fact that you guys have a meet coming up. Why don't you talk about your schedule for this year?
Okay, we typically do pretty much the same. We go to Ferris State, and that's my hometown, which is nice. You know, we go to my mother's house on Friday night and stay there for the night, and then we run at Michigan State, which is my favorite meet of the year because, again, we're towing the line with Michigan State, Northwestern. Wow. And again, you know, everybody puts his shorts on the same way, so it's nice to compete against everybody. And then we go to Kirtland, and then we go back to West Lansing. We run in Lansing 3 times this year. And then we go to Muskegon, which is a long day, but it's a really good day. It's about 10 hours in the van.
Wow.
But again, we compete against, you know, we're one of the smallest schools we compete against, but again, we compete against some large schools, and it's just really kind of a great opportunity for us to gauge ourselves.
Now, ACC is a community college, of course. Do all the Michigan community colleges have teams, or?
Majority of them do. There are some that don't. It's, you know, some are starting to pick up, you know, some teams, but again, you get a lot of these schools will have 2 or 3 different runners, and you need to have 5 to be qualified as a team. So, you know, so it's hit or miss on, you know, the local community colleges.
All right. So I know the basketball team is part of a conference.
Yep.
Is there a conference for the cross country?
There is a conference. It's the Michigan Junior College Athletic Association, and then we are part of a region, and that's where we compete against a region. There's I want to say there's 10 schools from Michigan and like 4 from Ohio and Indiana. So they're pretty much all, you know, we see them a lot at the meets because you have to run in three meets to go to regionals. So we have to qualify that way.
Okay. Well, and Colin, you're in great shape now, and you're ready for your meet that is this coming weekend?
Yes, Saturday.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck with that.
Well, thank you.
I'm sure our viewers will be cheering for the whole team, and they'll be watching your grades too, so you better keep up on that.
All right. Will do.
So that's just about all of our time.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining me, Colin. Thank you for joining me, Mark. I very much
quite
appreciate it. And thank you for joining me. Once again, I am Jay Walterwright, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is Talk of the Town.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts, Nancy Smitham and Don McMaster. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on the community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.
The Talk of the Town furniture and set design are provided by Young Appliance Art Van Furniture on US 23 South in Alpena.